Hello, how's it going? So I have arrived at my destination. I'm still in the car though, and I'm gonna go to a place with music, and it's not too loud, but I don't think I need to wear earplugs. I don't know how careful you guys are. If the music's not really loud, do you still wear earplugs? So, I've been doing pretty good the last few weeks, just being in a positive attitude and everything. But then I still think it's normal. You're going to have a day or two where you just go back down a little bit. I mean, I heard this rule that, or just kind of like somebody said, if I could just be 80% happy, that would be awesome. I think I sort of have the same feeling, You're going to have certain times where you're not as happy as other times, because that's how sort of life works. So maybe you'll have an episode of tinnitus that really bothers you, and that puts you in a bad mood, or maybe it's something else, But you have to come to expect that there's going to be some days that are not as good as others, and that's okay. It's normal. And then I remember my grandfather told me, I still liked his advice. He said, it's easy to have a good time. Everybody can do that really, really well. But when you're having a bad time, the way you manage that is super important. If you can get good at managing the downtimes, then you can really not let those downtimes drag you down so much. And then when you do have the good times again, they might even last longer. Or maybe you'll get out of the bad times quicker. So if you're having a bad time now, maybe you've been having a bad time for a while because of the tinnitus, maybe you're just training right now so that you're going to be really good at managing the downtimes when you finally do get to that next place. Yeah. Truly, I'm not just saying that. There's a lot of people who will have this sort of training, this kind of, they go through this transition where some big problem impacts them. In this case, for many of us, it's tinnitus, and they go through a period of time where it's a great test in their life. And maybe you're passing through this great test now of, can you learn to cope with this new problem? And then as you start to get to the other side and you say, wow, okay, I got the sound, but I really don't care anymore. And I'm going on with my life. And I went through something really difficult, and I know if something else comes, I'll be able to manage that too. I remember I smoked from age 14 to age 29, and it's been a long time since I smoked. But I've always thought, wow, if I could quit smoking, then I could do a lot of other things too. So maybe think about it that way. Just plant the seed here. If you can learn to not care about tinnitus, learn to not think about it, which is very doable, then you'll be able to do a lot of other things really well too. And if you're having a downtime, think about it this way. You're training. You're training on how to manage this downtime and learning how to get out of it quicker. And maybe your tool set hasn't quite gotten there yet. So you got to keep building the tool set of when you feel down, when you feel anxious, when you can't stop thinking about the sound. What are you going to go to flip yourself out of that and get going again on something that's worthwhile to you, and just keep honing this skill. If you keep having a bad day over and over again, it's because you sort of failed to work on your tool set. And I'm sorry, I don't want to make you feel bad at all if you're still having trouble and you still haven't gotten out of it. But there's a lot you can do to learn to divert your attention toward things that are worth your while to think about. And you start off, if you're in a really bad place, if you can just do something for a minute, like you've been listening to me speaking on this video for maybe 4 minutes and 40 seconds now. Maybe for a certain time you were not thinking about your tinnitus. I bet that's true. So it's evidence that you can do the same thing in other ways. I remember I used to like riding the bicycle, and the wind would kind of blow through my ears. I didn't ride bikes too much before that, but I would go on bike rides, and I would just come back feeling really good. So that was just sort of like a little, what do you call it? A little switch that I could go to, and it's like, I rode my bike. It wasn't my bike; it was the neighbor's bike, and I felt good. It's just a small thing and no big deal. But I got my mind off the tinnitus for a while. So, keep working on your tool set. Think about how the downtimes are an opportunity for you to face what you're facing right now, and then you can get better. You can get better. Now, maybe if you'll combine this with some of the videos I did just recently about your beliefs, you need to also believe you can get better, and you're going to need to train that as well. So that's my video for today. Like I said, I've had a little bit of a rough couple of days myself, but I know I'll get better. I always do. You will too. Okay, have a good day. See you.